Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? MVPs dropping like flies, but not these MVPs right here, huh? Not these ones right here. Our man Noam's going to be joining us momentarily. We have a fun one tonight. Listen, there's already 53 people here. My dog just got jacked up because I got too loud. Here's the thing. And no, he didn't get that jacked up. He jumped up here and went to sleep again. Listen, I want to hit 200 live viewers tonight, okay? It's Friday. The beers are flowing. We're having some Lagunitas IPAs. I think we can hit 200 tonight, okay? And here's the thing. 200 helps my self-esteem, gives me a little boost going into the weekend, but it turns the limited tier giveaway into a rare tier giveaway. And here's the other thing. I've just decided right now, instead of just upgrading it, we're going to give away a limited and a rare if we hit that 200. So I just need everyone to step it up. And does that mean you need to share this a little bit? Yeah, share it with freaking ex-girlfriends. Does this mean you have to create bot accounts so that we get to 200? Maybe. I don't care how it gets there. I'm not the algorithm. I'm not going to break that down. Let's hit 200. All right, let's get into that giveaway right now so we can pump that algo. Like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold. You're going to put in hashtag Gnome into the chat because our man Gnome is going to join us in just a little bit. We will spin this as we get closer to the end of the show. If this is your first time here, I'm sorry for that insane energy off the bat, but you know what? Welcome. That's what we do here. This is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be going over the NBA injury news, which there's too much of. There's too much NBA injury news. We're going to be going over some projections, and we're going to see what lineup is Mike going to be more pissed off about this weekend. So get excited, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Gnome into the chat. And let me just say, we are currently at 7,502 subscribers. All right. We are balling and we're excited. Tom is right. Mike is fired up. You're absolutely right. It's time to go. It's time to cook. Okay. 87. Let's get this up over 200, baby. Okay. Get this over 200. Everyone does cocaine. All right. Let's look at some of the injury news. Barclay said this week will be decided by the 30 to 35 cap. Yeah, you want to know why? Because everyone's sitting tonight. We have some wild information like right off the top. I'm going to share screen here. Let's go over to Underdog. We'll see what some of the injury news they've got. Of course, we'll be checking Twitter as this goes. Yeah, recruiting says firing up your Twitch. Yeah, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do. Jokic. Nikola Jokic is questionable. Listen, normally Big Honey, Big Jokic. Weisberg says real AAU. Remind me to share a sketch that I did at the end of this show playing a high school coach. Remind me to share that. So Jokic, I'm honestly a little bit concerned about Jokic. Normally, I'm not. He was downgraded to questionable. Whenever someone is added to the injury list like that, that makes me a little bit nervous. LeBron, however, has been questionable since 2015. He's probably going to play. Steph Curry, as well as the rest of the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, all ruled out. We should note, though, that Jonathan Kuminga is making a return, so pay attention to that. Bone is back in action, thank God. Trae Young is probable. Donovan Mitchell just got ruled out. Jamal Murray is probable. We already talked about the Warriors. Franz Wagner just got ruled in. Somebody said that Jason Tatum got ruled out too. I missed that, so I'm just going to do a quick refresh over here. Herb Jones is back tonight, monitored minutes, but Najee Marshall is out. God, so I guess Trey Murphy is going to end up being a pretty good play. All right, Jason Tatum is ruled out for Saturday. There you go. Giannis listed as questionable for Saturday. Man, the Bucks thing continues to be a nightmare. More importantly, really don't like that it's a hammy getting downgraded. Yeah, I know. I really don't like that at all. Tatum is out. It's factual on Saturday. Well, you know what? The first thing we're going to do with this news right now, with this news of Giannis and the Bucks situation, I'm going to ask Gnome. Gnome, welcome to the show.
What's
Should I
up?
buy Drew Holiday right now?
Well, you're asking the wrong person because I had him on my lineup last week
Ooh,
in my rare contender.
and he went
And he got me,
nuts.
yeah, he got me like 70 something points. So I'm sold, you know.
There we go. All right, so I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna buy it. Listen, I sold a bunch of stuff.
What's the news on Giannis? I just
They
missed
just
it.
said he's still listed as questionable on Saturday, but that he's been questionable the last handful of games and continues to get ruled out. So obviously we're just guessing there. One other note too that didn't make what I just went over. LaMelo was ruled out for Saturday, so um, that does change things for like
Oh,
Terry Rozier, Bryce McGowan's, those types of guys. And then one more note. Sorry, one more note. Mike said, "Is Steph out for just one game or both games?" So all of those Warriors was just rest related. So the Warriors will
yeah,
play
it's a
the
back to
back
back.
end. So we've talked about this before with the Sixers, I believe, doing like Embiid and Harrell. You could probably get away with a Moody and a Curry, or a Dante DiVincenzo, or a
Oh
Poole and
yeah.
a Curry, or something like that. But now that I've just screamed a bunch of stuff in the first few minutes, Noam, how are you doing? How are you feeling about the slate? Where are you at?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I think it's a tough slate. You know, I think
Yeah.
every week it's just getting harder. I think the Lamelo news is interesting, right? You were thinking about Bryce, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I bought Bryce. I bought Bryce.
I'm thinking if I should buy him now for my like limited contender or something. It's only $8. I see it now.
Yeah, I mean he's got a pretty small cap, right? Of just 5, and we've seen him drop
Mhm.
a 20 spot, so 20 off of 5 is pretty nice. We can let's actually dive into some of the projections. If this is your first time here too, so what we'll do, we'll mess around with the projections a little bit. We're going to be using Momentum Labs. You can find a link to that. We didn't think they were going to be updated today because our man John Boy went under the knife, was getting some drugs while he was getting his wisdom teeth out, but instead he updated while he was high as hell. So shout out John Boy. But you can find a link to that in the show notes. And also, while I switch over, I know we just had a bunch of new people join. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Noman in the chat. We're already at 111, 8 minutes in. Let's get this to 200. We'll give away a rare and a limited. Okay, let's do it.
Let's
All right,
go.
let's start with the projections. Let's start down at the bottom here, and like you just stop me as we go, right? If there's anything that sticks out to you, let me know. So like the first handful of dudes down here, we've got Ryan Rollins from the Warriors. Again, he's like pretty dark green, but it's a Capituna projection of 6. McGowan's we just talked about. Diakate from Cleveland. Max Christie, Dacian Nix from the Rockets, JaVale McGee. Anybody like Bertans, Maytu, Rashawn Holmes, which they get a ding with Sabonis back now. But any of those guys like stick out to you?
Probably McGowan's is
Yeah,
the one
he
that
does seem
sticks
like the
out the
best one
most.
down there.
Yeah, I did mark a few value plays in the low, but they're a bit higher.
Yeah, hit me with them.
Um,
We'll look at them right now.
well, it's could be too obvious, but Jake Sims now
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Mitchell
Let's talk
Robinson's
about the
out.
Knicks situation, right? So Mitchell Robinson is
Mhm.
going to be out for a little bit. So Jericho Sims and Hartenstein are both popping, but you like Sims quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean both Hardenstein as well. I think they're both like really really good plays. What do you
Hmm.
think?
No, I like Sims too, but I'm super biased because I have him in my lineup. So I believe in Sims. Honestly, it had more to do with the fact that Hartenstein pumped so much, right? And his cap, I believe, is just a little bit higher, right? Is he only like? Let me look at Hartenstein right
Is
now.
he like way more expensive?
Yeah, he was way more expensive than what I was looking at. So his cap is just 10, right? So it's a little bit more, but they both have similar projections, but Hartenstein will probably start. I just, I think they're both like dart throws. It depends. Like, Tom Thibodeau is going to play one of them 35 minutes and you just have to guess right. So, and there was like it was $60 cheaper to go with my man Sims than it was Hartenstein. So that's kind of what made the decision for me.
I do think Hartenstein is going to start. It's just my estimation. But with specifically with this duo, I'm not sure he's gonna play like one of them 38 minutes and the other 10. He might go like
True.
30 minutes and 18. I don't know, give or take.
And the way both of those guys play, where it's a lot of like putbacks, right? Like a lot of offensive rebounds, putbacks, blocks, steals. They can both get there in limited minutes. And at that cap, I don't know, that feels both like safe, but also high reward there. Let's talk about the
Yeah,
Warriors a
yeah.
little bit. How are you attacking the Warriors tonight without Klay Thompson, without Steph Curry, without Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green? Again, Jonathan Kuminga, JaMychal Green. Those guys make their return. Anything exciting for you?
So to each their own. But I have a rule. So far, it's like a fun rule. So far it's going pretty well. Every single time Warriors are on a back to back, I play Jordan Poole like every
There you
single
go.
time. Like it is a hit or miss. Sometimes he gets me 60, sometimes he just gets 30. But like I mean, if every few times I play him on a back to back, he gets me 60, I'm gonna keep rolling with him.
We're seeing right now Poole with a projection of 34, almost 35, and a cap of 34. I actually thought Poole's cap was a little bit lower. So still a pretty solid play at 34. Like I think because he's going to get all of the offense and maybe that he gets a little bit of a boost there. But
I
I think
mean,
that's
if you look at his game log, like if you look at his last 10, 20 games, then you
Mhm.
can see that like like every 5 or 6 game, he gives you like a 50 or a 60 piece.
So he's due.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight, but like that's why I just keep playing him. I know that I'm not gonna hit every time with him, but if it's a back to back and he's the main guy, I'm gonna roll with him. That's my take.
What do you think? Just Sean saying Poole's on a triple double alert every night with turnovers.
Yeah.
What do you think about Moses Moody? Are you messing with that at all? Like I know he is projecting pretty solid. So just a reminder, right there, without Clay and Steph, and most likely it's Jordan Poole and Dante DiVincenzo, the first two guards in there.
Yeah.
Like the only thing about Moody is we haven't seen. I feel like we haven't seen him play a ton of minutes. I know he's projecting super well. The one thing I will say though, they're playing like a Cleveland team that's really good. And if Moody is say like he's set to play 18 minutes, he can still get there on 18 minutes. However, if they get the crap kicked out of them, maybe he gets to play a ton more minutes. I don't know. What do you think about Moody?
I think he's solid. I think Kuminga ceiling is higher and he has
Definitely.
more upside. I think Moody is like what is like I know his cap is 11. I feel like he can give you anything between 10 to 22, give or take. It depends on what night. I
Exactly.
just my problem with Moody is the ceiling. I don't think he had even one game this season when he had 30 plus points. Correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
No, yeah, I don't know that off the top of my head, but in my opinion, I like Moody a little bit more for a contender than I would champion. So if you're like filling out a contender
Yeah,
lineup, I like
exactly.
that. But a champion where you're trying to like really scratch those ceilings, I think I wouldn't say I would avoid it, but if you have a better option there. All right, let me keep scrolling around here. So Utah has got a cap of 11, a projection of 15. I mean, there's nothing too exciting down here. We get a little bit higher. Joe Harris of the Nets, again, because the Nets are without KD, everyone's popping a little bit more, but we haven't seen like massive ceilings. But Harris has a cap of 14 with a projection of 20. Torian Prince, cap of 14, projection of 19 and a half. And then O'Shea Brissett, who's been playing like solid as a cap of 14 and 8.5. And then one more, I know you like him, Precious Achua, who is a cap of 15, a projection of 22. You
I
want to
like
talk a
him
little bit
tonight.
about Precious?
Yeah, I like him tonight. I don't know. I just it's just a gut feeling. I feel like he can go off. Like when he gets some minutes, he gets a ton of rebounds and points.
Yeah, I agree. He actually is like, listen, if you're playing Chris Boucher, don't play Precious Achua. But if you're playing Precious Achua, don't play Chris
Exactly.
Boucher. Like you just got to pick one. Honestly, it's like the better version of the OKC front court, where like they have super high ceilings but super low floors because like you don't know how Nick Nurse is going to do it. Top Shot Talk and Top Shot Tesla, both Canadians, boots on the ground. They are big fans of Precious. So there you go. I know Stephen McDowell was asking where you were from, Noam, and then he was saying I'm calling Norwegian or Icelandic. Do you want to inform him he's wrong?
So my last name is Thornberg, which is German. Like for my grandparents. So he wasn't like too wrong, but I'm actually Israeli. I'm in Tel Aviv right now, and my accent is from Israel. Yeah, that's
There
what
we
I got.
go. Luca right here was asking what does CLG mean, and that's ceiling. So that's like the highest of the projection right there, right? So his projections of 23, he's got a ceiling of 42. So that's what that means. At least that's what I think that's mean.
I love all the new faces in the chat. It's good to see.
I know, right? We got a lot of new people. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
we're up
I
to
love it.
135, 15 minutes in. Is today going to be the day? Let's get to 200. You're going to like the stream,
I'm feeling
subscribe,
it.
put hashtag gnome. I feel like we're going to get there. I feel like we're going to get there.
Yeah, I'm optimistic, cautiously.
All right. You know what I'm going to do before, just to like outline where I'm at right now. And then Terrence Mann, again, Jeremy Sohan, DFS, who's back. They're all going to project well. Instead of going right to questions, I'm going to do this first because it'll give you an idea of what I'm doing, and then we can go from there. So just a reminder, we're in the NBA. We're in the football. Just a reminder. So for this week, they've added both the Common Western Conference and the Limited Western Conference. One thing I will note is normally when they've done these like special little tournaments, there's only been like 100 to 150 rewards, 415 in this one. Now still it's 415 out of 4,000 versus like 2.3K versus 9,500. So keep that in mind. But are you excited to see that back?
Can you check out the rewards? I'm curious to see how many tier 1 they're handing out there.
All right, so we've got a tier 1 for first, second, third, and then top 20 get tier 1.
That's interesting because I think it's like only top 10 in contender.
So there you go. There's a little extra oomph for it. I'm going to just show off my rare contender so you can see where I'm at right here. Messing around here. We got Scotty Barnes and Franz Wagner in a contender lineup, which is a little bit dangerous. Then we're going Jericho Sims, Bryce McGowan's, and then picked up a Malik Beasley, which I was kind of excited about. I've been rolling out Trey Murphy every single time. Wanted to find a different spot. I know they only have one game, but it's against the Nets. I don't imagine there's a ton of defense in that game, and Beasley should get a lot of shots up. So I don't know. What do we think about this? I know you're a little hesitant on the Wagner.
Yeah, I just don't like his ceiling. And I feel like he's the type of player that usually don't get too much like peripheral stats, So that's why
he's got to score some points. I will say he's run hot lately with steals and assists. So this was the we got to make sure it's Drew.
Who I think is I have something I think it could be a sleeper this slate, which is Seth Curry.
Yeah, so Seth Curry's projected solid, right? So and he's got a low S for rare 98. He's I think what's his cap? It's here we go.
Like
it's
20.
20. Right. Yeah, with a projection of 24, but he's got like immense upside because if he starts hitting shots, right, he goes ham.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I think are they playing twice, right?
Yeah, and they they got 2 games. They get 2 games, and then who knows? Maybe you luck into Kyrie sitting one of those 2 because it's Kyrie,
I'm thinking about buy one. We'll see. I like that. We'll see.
Well, all right. I need the chat to tell me if you guys are on Team Gnome about moving off of Franz Wagner. That is the cap that I have. 34 left with that squad because. So I need to know who you would like more than Wagner, and Garland obviously is too expensive. So are
you thinking about buying someone like?
Yeah. So what am I sitting on? 247. I was sitting on 247. And my upcoming, let's see what that squad was real quick. So we had Barnes. Yeah, so it's a cap of 34. The Sims, McGowan's, Beasley, I'm very excited about, but it was basically this Barnes Wagner for contender. The other thing I'll show too while the chat fires away, the limited champ I was kind of excited about with Sabonis, Barnes, Van Fleet, Moody, and Desmond Bane, which I know we just talked about not putting Moody in champion, but I like that it got me Bane.
It looks solid. I think Bane is a really good play.
Yeah, I love Bane. I love Bane. Hold on. All right, Top Shot Tesla dropped to 5. He said, like the stream, nice. Real One search team hold on YouTube in the search bar to juicy algorithm. Searching team. Look, fuck, this is what I'm talking about, Top Shot Tesla. He gets it. Search the algorithm. He is a real one. All right, people are saying, give me Franz. Oh, no, Vaudevine's saying, yes, move off Franz. All right, let's get into some of these questions.
Shout out Budovan.
Yeah, Budavine gets it. He gets it. Let's get into some of these questions. So Dorian Finney-Smith, who is back, we were just talking about him a second ago. He doesn't seem to have minutes restrictions. He seems to be good to go. But how do you feel about DFS? He's got 2 games for the Mavericks. He's got a cap of 18, projection of just under 24 versus Jeremy Sohan from the Spurs, who has a cap of 18 and projection of 24 and a half. You got any lean there?
I like them both. It's a tough one. I kind of lean just a little bit for DFS.
Yeah, I think I do too, because I think you can run hot with blocks and steals from DFS. He does a lot of the defensive peripheral stuff with us. I mean,
True.
I guess Sohan does too. I just don't trust anything Spurs. All right, here we go. Damian Lee, Troy Brown, Dwight Powell, or Okoro. So you know what? This is actually a great question, Lewis, just so we can talk about the Dallas situation in general. We just said DFS is back. Josh Green is back. However, they're without Christian Wood for a couple of weeks. And you've got Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee who are going to pop a little bit more. I don't trust either of those guys, if I'm being honest, but do you have a lean for those like Dallas big men? What do they do without Christian Wood?
We just talked about DFS, so yeah, I mean, I think he has a good upside. I'm not sure about Powell. It's kind of risky.
I think it's risky too. I think you can run hot with him again, just because like if he plays well in the first 5 to 7 minutes, maybe you get a shout with him. But I think it's pretty risky.
Yeah, I mean, he's very inconsistent, and you just don't know how many minutes you're going to get out of him. But what is his cap? Remind me.
Powell, I believe, is like 15. Powell is 15 with a projection of 18, and McGee, who is the backup big, has a cap of 6 and a projection of 10. I mean, for cap purposes, I'd rather just take McGee and hope you get lucky. I think of these 4 right here, though, I think I just play Damian Lee. Like, if Damian Lee shoots the ball well, he's probably your best play, right?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, Barster in the chat saying
It's a tough
Siakam
one. It was a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. Yeah, I really don't know what to do with that. But Barster is saying Siakam and Sohan are Fox and Kuminga. Wow. Man, I feel that's tough only because Siakam puts up like all those peripherals, right? So Siakam has a cap of 40 and projection of 45. Fox has a cap of 39, projection of 40. Also, Sabonis is back. I don't know. I guess I lean the first one, but man, that Fox and Kuminga sounds fun.
I think the first one is a safer pick.
Yeah,
but I think the Kuminga and Fox could have a higher ceiling. So it's like a high risk, high reward kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. So Keldon or Şengün? Keldon is 1 game. I will say he's got a nice projection though. Cap of 29, projection of 35. And our boy Şengün, who's been hot. He also has 1 game. Cap of 31 and a projection of 38. Şengün's the better projection. But if Kevin Porter Jr. does come back, I feel like that changes a little bit. I don't know. Where do you land on Keldon versus Şengün?
I would go with Şengün here. I don't know. I just feel it's the better play.
Yeah, I think so too. And if Kevin Porter, it's probably close if Kevin Porter Jr. plays. But if Kevin Porter Jr. somehow doesn't play, then it's just like Şengün's been a smash. He's been on one right now. I think the Rockets have to see that he's been on one.
He's been a baby Jokic lately.
He really has, man. He's been awesome. Yeah. People are asking about Alvarado. The Pels have 2 games. He's got a cap of 19 and projection of 22. I'm probably not going out of my way to get Alvarado, but if I need to play somebody in that range. How do you feel about Alvarado?
I think it's a solid play. I think overall it's a good play. With 2 games, I could see him for all of the guys that they're missing. Getting 28 minutes, give or take, in one of those games. So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Listen, we're up to 151 now, party people, but only 111 entries. If you just got here, you need to like the stream, you need to subscribe to Team Hold, and you need to put hashtag Gnome into the chat. And I'm telling you, I feel like we're going to hit 200 today. If we hit 200, we're going to give away a rare card and a limited card. If we don't, we just give away a limited card. So let's get this ish up there. All right, 2 out of 3.
I just sold a rare Chris Duarte just now.
Who did you sell?
I had a rare Chris Duarte that I used last week, and I just sold it.
There we go.
I wanted to cash back.
Now you're where I am. It's time to go buy. It's time to go buy something.
Exactly.
All right,
that's why I sold it.
This is a good one from Barclays. He says, I need to pick 2 out of these 3. This is tough. Bane, Garland, and Poole. Whew. So you've got Bane, who's been playing well. He's got a lower cap. Garland, who's playing without Mitchell, and Jordan Poole without Steph and Clay. Where do you land? You got to pick 2 out of 3.
So I would say lock in Garland.
Yeah.
Like I would lock in Garland, and then it's really a 50-50 between Bane and Poole. That's my take.
I think I go Poole. But man, I would just say Barclays, you're in a good spot. If you have to pick 2 out of those 3, you're doing okay.
I would say whatever you do, make sure it's Garland +1.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that too. All right, Weisberg saying Drew Holiday or Murray. So you know what? This weirdly is a tough
Is
one.
Jokic out?
Well, that's the thing. Jokic is questionable, but Giannis is also questionable. So like, I mean, if you get the news before lock that Jokic is going to play, I'd play Holiday. If you don't, I think you just flip a coin and decide who do you think has the more upside. I mean, Drew Holiday has been an absolute monster without Giannis, right? He put up like 70 the other day. So that's really tough for me. I don't know. Is that kind of where you land too? Just take a shot at who you think is going to sit?
So like in cases like this, I just I'd like a check like if one of them has 2 games and the other has 1. And I'll also look at the matchups. I see the Nuggets are playing the Pacers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do they play the same amount of games?
I can't remember. Let me look up Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray has 2 games, and the other one was Drew Holiday. They actually might only have Drew Holiday only has 1 game. So there you go. If that's your tiebreaker.
There you go.
There's your tiebreaker.
Yeah, I would go. That's usually how I decide in cases like this. I would go with Murray.
Yeah, I like that too. Ransom Reed, what's up, my man? It says, what are your thoughts on Josh Green? Yeah, so I would love to hear from the Dallas fans. Is Josh Green's minutes restriction lifted? He's got a cap of 16, projection of just over 14. I know the Mavs are desperate for some offense. I don't know where are you at with Josh Green?
I think he's a good player. Honestly, I didn't even know he was back. Like, was he back like a couple of games ago?
I think this just 1 game. I think he played that 1 game this week, and now he's back.
Yeah. So with Wood out, with Kleber still being out, I think he should be a good player.
Patrick saying KPJ is out indefinitely. I missed that. I did not realize that he's out indefinitely. If that is the case, I love Şengün. I mean, I love Şengün anyways, but what we've seen with the offense is without Kevin Porter Jr., one, they're turning the ball over less, but most of the offense is running. Like everyone is playing better without KPJ, which is kind of a bummer.
That's true.
TJ Docs asked about Timmy Hardaway Jr. here, or search value elsewhere in the L10 equals 25. Yeah. I mean, I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is fine. Like you're always taking a shot with him because you just need him to get hot from 3, but I'm fine with that. Right? Anything exciting about Tim Hardaway Jr. for you?
I feel the same. I think his cap is pretty high relatively to him, so I don't love him, but I think he's solid.
Yeah, I'm going to double check the injury news too, because I'm getting some more. It sounds like Jabari Smith is missing. So like, I wonder what that does to minutes. So Tim Hardaway Jr. is available to play. Clint Capella is expected to see an increased minutes. So that hurts Okongwu quite a bit. Bogdan Bogdanovic is a game time decision. Oh, we got information that Anthony Davis is going to return late next week, which is good for my best ball bags. But with no Jabari Smith, yeah, I think nice. Kenyon Martin Jr., who I now might have to get into a lineup. Tari Eason is probably a solid play. Honestly, this is just making me like Şengün and Jalen Green a little bit more. All right, here we go. We've got Hamish is asking.
Wow,
go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say this slate just getting more interesting and interesting. Like,
I know it really is. It really is. Sorry, I think my computer might have froze up a little bit, but I got you back now. Hamish is asking about Mobley or Simmons. Man, Ben Simmons has just been hot garbage. I almost need his cap to get down under 20 before I play him again. So he's got a cap of 28, projection of 27.5. This is going to be Mobley easy, especially with no Mitchell. Evan Mobley has a cap of 28 and a projection of 33. Yeah, right. I mean, the vibes on Ben Simmons are just bad right now, right?
Yeah, I would go with Mobley here.
Yeah. I might have you on a little bit of a delay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, that's weird. All right, Noam, I'm gonna have you exit and come back if you can, because I think I have you on a little bit of a delay. In the meantime, here I'm gonna shoot you that message too, just so you see that. In the meantime, I will
Okay, sure.
check our man Walker Kessler to see what his projections are while we vamp. Here, hold on, pop out and come back in. Weird Wi-Fi. There we go. Look at us improvising in real time, huh, baby? That's professional. Walker Kessler Ranger. He's going to cap at 28, a projection of 33. I mentioned this the other day. I still think Walker Kessler's a fine play. I just think his upside is going to be a little bit limited as people come back. But listen, keep riding with it. Gonna run my guy Isaiah Joe this week and shut up bomb PPT radio. Listen, if you are OKC Thunder fan, listen to Andrew Schlecht on the low post this week. They talked about Isaiah Joe quite a bit. All right. Pika Fever's asking about Bull. Anyone with a Bull? Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a little old school. If you're new to this channel, you probably don't know this about us, but here's a little Bull for your face.
Bull.
Bobo.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull.
No,
Look
yeah.
at his legs.
Close.
Long legs.
Oh my God. I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bull. Like.
There we go, baby. Bull's going to cap a 17, a projection of 17. So since they moved him to the bench, it's not as exciting. Van Fleet or DeJounte Murray? Ron. I'm going to go Van Fleet because Trae Young is back. So I'm a little bit less excited about DeJounte Murray. Green or Martin Jr.? Jalen Green or Kenyon Martin Jr.? Is that what you're asking, JS? Is Jalen Green, my man. Dude's been broken for too long. You were talking about Ben Simmons for sure. Definitely no delay. Shut up, G Dunn. I know you're being a weenie. TJ McConnell or Nembhard in my priority lineup. Well, Santa's boys, listen, man. Everyone's going to be playing TJ McConnell because he ran white hot on MLK Day. I think I would lean Nembhard here. Nembhard has a cap of 19 and a projection of 26. TJ McConnell, on the other hand, no one wants to hear this, guys. So he's going to cap of 20 and a projection of 26. No one wants to hear this. TJ McConnell ran really hot on MLK Day, but then he also ran well because of foul trouble. I think Nembhard's the better play here, but whatever. What else we got here? Kessler or Mobley, both cap 28. I think it's probably Kessler. Are these projections much different to Sorare data? Kauza, I'm not sure because I don't have Sorare data up right now. I imagine they're pretty close because they're pulling from similar spots. Dustin says Mike's got the IPA outfit on full effect. Let's go, baby. We're fresh. Okay, I need to pick two of these three. Tyrese and KJ Martin, Gabe Vincent, all with the cap of 19. Well, Ransom Reed, listen, I know you're a Miami Heat fan, so I know you're putting Gabe Vincent in there. I'd go Gabe and Tyrese and get a little weird. Hey, listen, I'm going to remind the people as Gnome's about to jump back on. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Gnome into the chat. We're up to 133 entrants, 164 people here. Listen, we are 36 away from 200, so we can finally give away a rare and a limited. Okay, so get your friends, get your exes, get your relatives, even your dead ones. Create accounts. Get weird with this, okay? All right, Gnome is back. Gnome, how are we doing?
I'm good. Can you no delay now? All good?
Nope, no delay. You sound great. Kudu's asking, he's got Seth Curry or Van Fleet, Jalen McDaniels, and Drew Holiday. So what's your favorite duo there? I'm going to guess it's Seth Curry and Van Fleet because you're a big Curry fan this week, right?
Good guess. I also think Van Vliet is good, but Holiday is pretty good play as well. But just because of Seth, I'd go with Seth and Van Vliet.
Yeah, I like that. I'm with you too. TST saying JaMychal Green and Marcus Morris or Alondes Williams and DeJounte Murray. So we haven't talked about this. What is your thought on this? So JaMychal Green, he's coming back. Who knows what his minute situation is? Marcus Morris is fine play. Or Alondes Williams is -3. He's -3 for a cap. So you're basically like, hey, I'll take a 0. So basically, do you want the score of DeJounte Murray or do you want the score of JaMychal Green and Marcus Morris? I love this for like a game theory. What do you think about that?
Alondes Green, interesting.
He's not gonna get any minutes. He's in the G League.
Oh yeah, it's Alondes Williams. Okay, I was actually googling Alondes Williams right now.
You're like, who the hell is this man? But yeah, so he's got a cap of -3, but it
what
allows
team does
you
he
to
play for.
The Nets. It allows you to play DeJounte, though, versus playing JaMychal Green and Marcus Morris. So what do you think? Would you rather take Green and Morris or DeJounte Murray?
So here's my take. If it's either or, then it's pretty close. But generally, I wouldn't wanna go that route. I don't want to take a player that I know for a fact is not going to get me any points.
Right. I get it. I was pretty close too, because I was messing around with it when I was trying to play both Wagner and my boy Scotty Barnes. I was messing around with it, but I agree. It's close though. I think that's really close. Like I totally get it. All right,
It is close.
What are the
But
questions?
generally speaking, I wouldn't play him along this guy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. What's the deal with the new training feature? It's only for football, soccer right now. It's not for basketball, which broke my heart, but hopefully it's coming soon. Rui's asking, all right, I love this question because I don't know what to do with Benedict Mathurin. What do you think about Benedict Mathurin versus Zubats?
So I think Mathurin was really disappointing overall for a stretch now. Did have one good game when he had 30-something points. Wasn't like crazy, but compared to his cap, it was good. But just because I remember how good it was in the beginning of the season, I still think he has it in him.
Yeah.
And even though it was disappointing lately, I'm still, with Halliburton being out, I'm still going to give a chance to Mathurin.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm with you. I think I'm leaning Mathurin. I think he's got a higher upside. I mean, maybe you run hot with Zubats being in a situation where the Clippers go big, but I'm with you. We the people saying, "Oof, I still like McConnell." Yeah, I think McConnell is fine. I think I'm leaning. McConnell just ran too hot there. Mass Collectible says Dante DiVincenzo. So remember, DiVincenzo is playing without Steph and Clay, or Brogdon is playing without Jaylen Brown. I don't know. For me, it feels like Dante. Where do you lean on that?
I think I would go with you as well. I think I would go with Dante.
Yeah. Terry Rozier is a cap of 30 and a projection of 30. I'm going to be honest. That feels wrong. That feels like it should be higher because there's no LaMelo. You got to remember Dennis Smith Jr. is going to get inserted into there. I think Terry Rozier is probably closer to a 38, 39 projection in my opinion, Tom, but who knows?
I tend to
all right.
agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying I think I agree with you there.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so do we think Moody is a good play? I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat, so I apologize if I missed some stuff. You can put it again. Yeah, I think Moody is a good play. I mean, I agree with what Noam you said earlier, like that his ceiling might not be super high, but that he's a solid play.
So yeah, I think if he can help you like clear cap, because like if you can play someone really good because of him, then that's also like in the equation, you know. So
right.
Yeah, so he is a solid player. I just don't think he's gonna, like you said, he's better for contender than champion.
Yeah, I think so too. Borland's asking, Borland, is this? I'm assuming this means pick one of Okongwu, OG, or Markelle Fultz. I think with our guy Clint Capella getting more minutes, I think this is Markelle Fultz for me. They've got 2 games. Fultz has been like pretty good lately too.
Yeah, I really like Fultz. I think like as a fantasy player, he has a ton of upside.
Yeah. All right. Ziki Zaki's talking about Jared Allen or Kyle Anderson. I mean, Kyle Anderson's playing out of his ass lately, but Jared Allen is in a really good spot. He's got a cap at 31, projection of 33.5. I'll pull up Kyle Anderson as well, who has a cap at 20.
I just don't think it's sustainable what Kyle Anderson is doing.
It's out of control. The one thing I will say is that I just saw a report come through that Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert are questionable for Saturday. But let's keep in mind, Rudy Gobert's been missing games. Anthony Edwards hasn't, though. He's been questionable, has been playing all of them. But if somehow Rudy Gobert is ruled in, Kyle Anderson's ceiling comes way down, in my opinion. So it's definitely risky. So I think I lean Jared Allen for sure.
Yeah, if Ant is not playing, then D'Angelo Russell sticks out to me.
That's true too. That is true. Yeah, D'Lo would get a nice little bump. TST's asking about Franz or Paulo. I know you were a little limited on Franz. How do you feel about Paulo though?
I like Paulo better. I just think there's more upside.
Paulo does a little bit more of the peripheral stuff too. He'll get you some rebounds. I like that. On Bjork's asking about Trey Murphy. So it's weird. Trey Murphy kind of takes. Well, yeah, it's a tough one, right? Trey Murphy takes a little bit of a hit because of the return of Herb Jones, but then you have Najee Marshall out, so he's still got like the similar minute load.
Right.
I don't know, where do you lean? I know you're big Seth Curry, bro.
I think they're both really good plays. That's why I said it's a tough one. I tend a little bit more to Seth Curry, but I think
Yeah.
they're both good plays.
No, I think I'm with you, man. I think I'm with you. All right, let me see what else I can find here. Vincent and Porzingis or Joval and Malik Monk? So they just said, I think
Mm.
Terrence Davis is going to miss. I don't know how much that helps Malik Monk. I think it's probably Gabe Vincent and Kristaps Porzingis. Even though Bradley Beal is back, that's a tough spot, Tom. I don't feel great about
I
that.
mean, I don't love anyone here besides Joval.
Yeah. So
So
there you go. Just take
that's why I
your
like
best
them a
play.
bit better.
Yeah, I like that. Big seems to be doing well against the Warriors based on Time Lord destroying them on the boards yesterday. Yeah, it's hard to compare what happened yesterday to what we're going to see tonight because the Warriors are playing like half of their team. So it's a little bit tricky to compare. Details asking Fox or Giddey. Dude, Giddey's been playing really, really well the last couple of games. What I like about Giddey is he might not get you 25 real points, but he's going to get you at least like 8 rebounds and 8 assists every game. But his cap has creeped up. And if at
It's true.
39 and also Fox at 39, I don't know. Where do you land here?
It's a tough one. Like you said, I think Giddy is like a triple double potential every game.
Yeah.
I do like Fox a bit better though.
Yeah, I think I do too. I mean, Fox can just do 30 and 10, and Giddey, like, you need a triple
Yeah,
double from Giddey. So yeah,
true.
it's close though. I don't, yeah. And Noble Hesse's asking a similar question: Fox, Giddey, or Buddy. I think I still rank them in that order of Fox, Giddey, and Buddy. I don't hate any of them, but Buddy we haven't seen. I feel like weirdly Buddy has been more reliant on Halliburton. Like having Halliburton on the floor has been good for Buddy.
For sure.
All right, let me run. We're 41 minutes in, so we've got like 15 more minutes here to rock and roll. Get your questions in. Make sure you have liked the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Gnome. We're up to 142. All right, there's 157 live people. We got up to 164. Do you think we can get to 200? What are you guys doing? How have you not made this happen yet? Sean Day's asking about Steven Adams, who I do think is a little intriguing, only because Steven Adams has had a few games where he's just been like, hey, how about I get you 20 rebounds? His cap is up to 34, which I don't love. He's got a projection of 30. He's got 2 good matchups. I don't know. Where do you land on the Adams train?
Wow. 34 cap to Steven Adams. That caught me by surprise.
That's high, right?
I'm not the one who's gonna play Steven Adams with a cap that's over 25, if I'm honest.
No, right. And you look at the people around Steven Adams, right? Terry Rozier with no LaMelo Ball. Well, Chris Paul's not back yet. Andrew Wiggins isn't playing. Franz Wagner, Jordan Poole, Bobby Portis, Thomas Bryant, Okongwu. Like there are a lot of spots that I like a little bit better than Steven Adams. I think if you're like, hey, I don't want to spend any money,
Exactly.
and I have this play, sure, but I think you can find better spots.
Yeah.
All right, Ransom reads his last question. I don't believe him, but he says Ayton and Josh Green or CJ McCollum and Agbaji. This is a fun one because no one likes DeAndre Ayton, both like on his team and in fantasy, but he like puts up 20 and 10. He's got a cap of 32 and a projection of 32 right there. So pretty on point. We already looked at Josh Green. CJ McCollum we haven't looked at. They still don't have Ingram or Zion. He's got a cap of 42. It's still high from all of his freaking going bonkers, but a projection of almost 40. And Agbaji has a cap of 8 and a projection of 15. So that was long-winded. I don't know. Where do you kind of land with that squad of Ayton and Green versus CJ and Agbaji?
It's a tough one. I think I lean McCollum and O'Shea.
Yeah, I
What
think I
about
do
you?
too. I think I do too, because CJ can like score 40 real points, right? CJ's been playing really well. I do like DeAndre Ayton. I'm nervous Josh Green only plays like 15 minutes. I think that one's really close, but I think I do lean CJ.
So
Um,
I could be wrong about this one, but I think Ayton, he had like several games when he went off like 50, 60 solo points. I think those games he had Chris Paul with him.
yeah, that's true. Chris Paul does help.
And I think like Chris Paul was really like pivotal for him getting so many points. So that's why I'm not sure how I like Ayton when like Booker's out and Paul is out.
I will say he put up 24 and 14, I think, last night. So Aiden can still get there. But But I do agree that like I like that pick and roll quite a bit with Chris Paul when they have him versus Saban Lee. Roji's asking, what are your thoughts on Chris Duarte? I know we've kind of talked about the Indiana situation, right? Where we like McConnell, we like Nembhard. We talked about Benedict Mathurin being disappointing. What about some of those other pieces of Duarte, Buddy, Turner, like those kind of guys?
I like Duarte. I played
Yeah.
him last week. He gave me like 20 points, which was really good because his cap was 7. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good play. Overall, I think Indiana is a bit slept on just because it was chalky for a couple of slates, right?
Right.
So people were like, they got really like there was more enthusiasm about the Pacers in in last game week and the game week before that.
Definitely.
But I think it like people are like fatigued Pacers now, but I think that they're still really, really good plays.
Yeah,
All of them.
I think so too. I think they're all great. I'm in the same boat. I forget who I was talking about this earlier. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy them at this point. I feel like they're almost properly rated. In this situation, the fact that Duarte is sub 10, I love that, right? Like we've seen Duarte get hot, and if he gets hot, Carlisle leaves him out there a little bit longer than he normally does, so he's got some upside. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Snoopaloop. This is sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if you are debating in the Pacers, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like Nembhard might be a good play. Like,
Yeah,
it might be like the one that's gonna pop out this week.
That the only reason I feel that way is because everyone else is talking up TJ McConnell too many nights in a row. So that's kind of where I landed. Jordan Poole or Terry Rozier. I think these are both great plays, man. They're both going to take 25 shots tonight. I feel like this is a coin flip. I'll say Poole, but I think they're the same play.
I'm going with Poole just because how much I hyped him at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I'm with you. Marcus Smart or PJ Washington. I mean, Marcus Smart does get a nice little boost with no Tatum for sure. I feel like no one's asked about Jaylen Brown, which is kind of interesting, but Marcus Smart has a cap of 29 and a projection of 28.5. I honestly think that goes up a little bit. PJ Washington should get plenty of action here with so many guys missing. He's got similar cap of 29, projection of 27. I feel like I lean Smart, but I don't know. Where are you at?
I'm with you. I lean Smart here. They're both good, but I lean Smart.
Yeah, I'm the same way. All right, Dwight Powell or Mike Muscala, dude. Alberto, I owned both of these. I had the same problem, and I played neither of them. I think they both have the similar risk and reward, right? If Dwight Powell plays well early, Jason Kidd leaves him out there. He gets a lot of putbacks. Great. Mike Muscala can go like 6 for 8 from 3, but both of those are like pretty high variance cases. So man, I don't know. If you had to pick one, who do you pick here?
I think I'd go with Powell.
Powell, yeah.
And the reason is Luka.
Yeah, that's true. Luka can just give them pick and rolls. Not pick and rolls, but just like lobs.
Like lobs, yeah. You can when you play with Luka, you can get 20, 30 solo points.
Yeah, Lotto's asking, do I play Markkanen or hope Jokic plays? So I'm going to double check this, Lotto, but if Jokic plays 2 games, I'm playing Jokic because, yeah, he's got 2 games, man. I know there's some risk in it, and if he sits tonight, you're probably freaking out, but he's questionable tonight. He hasn't been ruled out, which means there's still a chance that he plays tonight, and if that's the case, I feel like he plays the next game. You can't, there's still some risk, but, man, if Jokic 1 game, Markkanen 2 games, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, it's a tough question also because of the cap difference, right?
That's true.
Don't they have like a huge difference?
Yeah, so Jokic's cap is like 53. Markkanen is actually no. There's only a 4-point difference. What's
Markkanen cap?
His cap's 49.
Wow, man, I've been out of the loop. I didn't know Markkanen went so high. I would play Jokic just because I don't like Markkanen that high with the cap.
No, that's a super high. I mean, that is his ceiling. That is his ceiling where Jokic's ceiling is like 4,000.
Exactly.
I wait. Good evening. Looking for food says kind of drunk. What's the play? Shut him out. Sean Day is asking. I think this is an interesting question because there's no Tatum. Tatum's still obviously projecting, so we got to keep that in consideration. So SGA right here is a cap of 46, projection of 47. Jaylen Brown will say now. Jaylen Brown looked bad last night. He didn't have a great game. Jaylen Brown has a cap of 43 and a projection of 41. I'm going to say he's got a cap of 48. I'm going to give him a 6-point boost. That's pretty close, man. I don't know. What do you think? SGA has 2 games. Celtics only have 1, but we know that 1 game doesn't have Tatum. Where do you go?
I go with SGA here.
SGA, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I
We
always
think
like to go with the guy that I think has a higher ceiling, and for me, that's SGA.
Yeah, I think so. Even without Tatum, I do think SGA is the higher ceiling. Cam Johnson. So I listen. I love Cam Johnson. He played really well last night, but we have to remind ourselves that he was. Was he not? What is it, Cameron? Like what's going on? Okay, there we go. I spelled it wrong. Cap of 25, projection of 24. We have to remember that he's still on a minutes restriction. That's going to last a little bit.
That's true.
Max. I mean, he's still projecting better than Max Strus though. So there you go. Even on a minutes restriction, he's still projecting better. All right, listen, Noam, why don't you take us through your lineup, what you're looking at, and as you get ready to share screen, let's remind the people, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Noam, because we're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes, because not only do I have to fix my lineups, I have to get all my training stuff in. We the people says, why no Tatum? What did I miss? He got ruled out for tomorrow. And while you get that ready, I want to show, I'm going to fix my Western.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, well, let's see. Do you already have it down there? Yeah, if you want to share your screen, we'll get that in here. I had Kevin Porter Jr. listed, so I'm kind of I'm gonna go buy a Western MVP right now. I can do anything. Let's see. Let's go find who do you guys think I should buy in the chat for a Western MVP? Who do you like the most? Is it LeBron? What do you got? Or Luca? I guess Luca. I can't afford. Is Luca's limited 537? That's wild. Embiid, Jokic. Do I buy Jokic just at 2? No. LeBron's under 100. Do I just buy LeBron right now? LeBron. I think it's LeBron, right? What's Ja? Ja's at, I don't know. What do you guys think? CJ? No, what's CJ? Ransom Reed. I'm gonna ban you. I think it's going to be LeBron. All right, Noam, I'll share your screen while I do that. Why don't you take us through your lineups right now?
Okay, so I'm halfway there. There's one lineup that I'm pretty sure I'm going to play with no changes, which is this one. You see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So in the champion, I'm going to go with Luka as my MVP. And DeJounte, I liked him better when Trey was questionable, but I still think it's a solid play. So DeJounte, Jordan Poole, Garland, and Chua. How do you feel about this one?
I like that quite a bit. I love getting Poole, Luka, Garland. I mean, like Poole and Garland are some of the best plays on the slate. Luka is always incredible. Precious, we've already talked about, is like a great one. And then DeJounte, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe does DeJounte have 2 games?
I think so. Let me see.
If DeJounte has 2 games, I love that, because DeJounte makes me a little bit nervous sometimes.
Yeah, 2 games. They're playing the Knicks and the Hornets, and I mean, I love the matchup with the Hornets.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit.
The Hornets just can't defend, so
the Hornets suck, man.
High-scoring game. Yeah, yeah. I mean, let me see. I still got Şengün here with all the guys that are missing, but
that's great.
I can go like instead of Poole and Murray, I can go Şengün and Fox. But I think I like it better like this. What do you think?
No, I would leave it like that. I think Poole, Garland, and Luka. No, I mean 4 out of your 5 guys have 50-point upside, right?
Yeah, true.
So I like that.
All right. I don't have too many rares. That's why I kind of improvise right now.
Yeah.
What do you think about this one? I got.
So we get. The only thing I like, you are rooting so hard for Jokic not to play, right? Because Christian Brown hasn't been on the floor too much lately, but it allows you to get DFS, Drew Holiday, Kevin Huerter. They said Terrence Davis is most like he wasn't at shoot around, and then McDaniels has been awesome. So I do love that. I feel like you got to go get Bryce McGowan's.
I mean, I could switch him with Brown and buy him. It's definitely an option. It's a good idea. So that's an option. I'm also thinking if I should play Boucher. Last week he gave me a good upside, but I'm not sure if it's gonna repeat it this week. What do you think?
I mean, the nice thing about Boucher is it gives you an out for your Precious lineup because I feel like one of them goes off, but maybe not both of them goes off, right? So you have Precious in one, Boucher in the other. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I might split them, and we'll see how it goes. And my limited contender, we can do it now live. Let's
Let's do it.
see. I did have a few guys in mind.
I think you got to get Şengün in this one, right?
Let's see. I was thinking about Mathurin because
Love
I'm
Mathurin.
still waiting for him to pop. Şengün, let's see.
I love Şengün. I love Şengün in contender, and then because as long as you have like one cheapie to like, yeah, and Kessler too. Oh my god.
But if you had to choose between Şengün and Kessler, what would you go?
Oh, I would get both of
Tough
them
one.
and then figure it out.
So, have you listened to lately to the podcast like the Athletic, the Ringer,
Yeah.
the Mismatch? They were talking quite a bit about that. Like, would you take Rudy Gobert?
I know the Rudy
or Şengün? Yeah,
it's gone a little too far. The Rudy Walker Kessler thing has gone a little too far. They're
yeah.
like, oh,
I started it right here. I started it.
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go, Moses Moody.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you can get. I think you can make Kessler work. Maybe not. You need one more cheapo.
How do you, I know what's his name? I know Sabonis is back, but how do you feel about Rashawn Holmes?
Oh man, it's so it's like super high risk, super high reward. Like if he pops, I mean, he doesn't need many minutes to get there, right? Same thing with Darius Baisley, man. I also think the Thunder are trying to trade Darius Baisley. He was so bad, but
Also, hashtag free Cam.
free Cam, somebody free Cam.
He's a hostage.
City
He's a hostage for Thibodeau.
City Keen was asking about Sam Hauser. I don't know if Sam Hauser is going to be he's kind of played himself out of the rotation a little bit. So even with Tatum out, I don't really love it. But if that's all you got, I totally get it. It's not my favorite though.
Do you play Eason or Kuminga?
I think I would take
go for
Oh
Kuminga.
my god, that's actually really tough. Wait, can you play them? How much are you off by there?
I'm sorry?
No, you could play them
Oh.
both. I was saying, but maybe you could update Moody. Man, I don't know.
This actually I like. What do you think?
That's really nice, especially if our guy Jokic doesn't play.
That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna take the risk that Jokic doesn't play. And,
I like that. Hamy's asking, what do you think, Şengün or Bane?
Şengün or Bane?
I think I take Şengün, which sounds insane, but I think that's what I do.
I would actually go Bane.
Yeah, there you go. So
both
we didn't
are
help
good.
you at all, Hamy. All right, listen, I'm gonna take the screen back over, Gnome. And why don't I'm gonna last call here, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Gnome into the chat. Gnome, why don't you tell the people what do you got going on these days? What's going on over there?
So I've been off the last week, but yeah, every game week I try to put out some threads and make a little bit of content on what's my favorite picks, usually on my Twitter. And yeah, hoping to get back to doing some YouTube soon.
I'm going to drop your Twitter into the chat right now. So if you're not following Gnome over there, go ahead and follow Gnome. Get in there. Rob's asking RJ Barrett or Karis LeVert. I think I lean RJ, even though I know they're shorthanded. I like RJ a little bit more.
I like RJ better just because Thibodeau will play him 45 minutes.
I know he's going to play him so many minutes. I don't think we're going to hit 200 today. We get up to like 164 was our height. We're getting there. Listen, if this was your first time here, this is what we do. We do a daily NBA show Monday through Friday. We do a basketball show at 9 a.m. every single morning. We wake up, we talk some hoops. We do 2 episodes of a show called Value Hunting, where we find the cheapos for the upcoming game week. And then we do Live Before Lock on Monday and Friday. I just dropped a link into the chat to join our Discord if you haven't done that. Also, we climbed up over 7,500 subs today. We're at 7,510.
Nice.
So appreciate everyone for doing this. We'll spin this here. Would say that again?
Nice milestone.
I know, that was nice. It felt good. We're going to spin this here in just a second. I just want to make sure. So the Cavs said they're starting Garland, LeVert, Okoro, Mobley, and Allen. Kuminga and JaMychal Green still remain probable, so we're still waiting on that. I'm going to update here. This is my limited champ right now. My limited champ, Sabonis. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought I updated it. What the hell? Oh, no, I updated my Western Conference. My Western Conference right now. Now I feel like I should put Sabonis and LeBron in the same lineup. But here we go. LeBron, Jamal Murray, Jalen Williams, Keldon Johnson, Cam Johnson. How do we feel about that?
I love the LeBron pick for MVP. I think it's a
Yeah.
really good pick. If Jokic out, Mary's a stud.
Yeah.
Overall, it looks pretty good.
I feel like I wonder. I mean, I do like Jalen Williams. I was going to see if I could update that, but you know what? Let's just let it ride.
Do you have what's his name? Kenyon Martin?
I do have Kenyon Martin. Yeah. You want me to get Kenyon Martin in there?
Well, I mean, that was a quick look. What were you playing there again?
Let me see. I think that Kenyon Martin would be a great play over here because now with Porter Jr. out, like maybe because I really don't want to play Ben Simmons, right? So what if we throw him in there? Although, oh man, Terrence Mann is a great play. I would love somebody that's great for 26, right? Let me see. Let's go over here. Is there anybody with 26? Because I sold a bunch of stuff. So Robert Williams, but he's pretty expensive. Kyle Anderson. What do you think about Kyle Anderson? Maybe I just go scoop a Kyle Anderson or a Michael Porter Jr.
Let me see. So I like better Porter Jr.
Let's go get a
Michael or Jaden McDaniels.
Let's go get. Oh man, let's go get Michael Porter Jr. Let's go get Michael Porter Jr. Since I'm a Michael Porter Jr. fan, anyways. Let's see what we got here. See, this is how I lose money, everybody. This is how I lose money: is I buy stuff live before lock after everything's already pumped. This is 28 bucks. Calculator score. Wait, it says I have a balance of 249. That's not right. All right, so we'll get him in there. We'll go back to play. What did I say? This limited contender actually is kind of fire now. I like this. So we get Ben Simmons out of there, immediate upgrade. We get Josh Green out of there, who I do like Josh Green, but we go 26 and then Kenyon Martin Jr. So we're rolling out Neesmith, Mathurin, Kenyon Martin, Terrence Mann, Michael Porter Jr. Submit.
Not bad, man.
Not bad. Noam, dude, thank you for doing this as always, man. I always appreciate you being here. Ben Simmons is going to end up being the giveaway this way. That's absolutely right. Yeah, I'm going to send Mike Basson too. I owe you one, so you're getting one from the Top Shot giveaway that we turned into a so rare giveaway. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you guys are following us. Make sure you're following Noam. I dropped that link. Make sure you're following me. If you win this thing, shoot me a DM on Twitter at Mike Zakarian or in our Discord. And then, yeah, let's freaking win some stuff. Don't forget to enter your training lineups. I know it takes an hour and a half, but we got to do it. Bullshoy Mike, let's go. We're pro Mikes on this show. Congratulations. Again, I appreciate everyone being here. For Noam, for myself, best of luck this weekend. Have some fun. We'll see you Monday. We out.
Good luck, everyone.